I'm Bev Adams. I own an independent paper crafting business showcasing Stampin' Up! Products. I share projects weekly on my website, YouTube, and Facebook. I sell the products used in the projects, as well as a few additional products to help crafters stay organized. You'll find these detailed directions on my website, so you don't need to worry about taking notes. I'm using Lasting Lily, which is a Sale-a-Bration product. Lasting Lily has a lot of greetings with it, and most of them though are kind of sweet and gentle, wishing you well, with sympathy. You are proof there is good in the world. But I wanted to make a birthday card with this stamp set, so I am using Well Said and Well Written, and with these stamps and dies you can have greetings for just about everything. And I'm using the Tufted Dynamic Impressions folder. My card base is a little bit strange because it's 8.5 by 4 1/4, scored at 5.5. And I'm going to start by putting my embossing folder on the card, and I'm trying to match the edge of the embossing with the edge of the cardstock here. It's kind of hard to see through there. And then once you get it in place, you can hold it on this end and kind of pull out that card. And you do need to be careful setting it on here. You do not want it to go past the edges of the platform, because you don't want to rub it up against the side of the Big Shot. And if you move this up so that it's just ending just past the folder, that would be a good thing too. On this card I use birthday wishes. For this one I'm going to use Happy Birthday, and you can find all those dies in Well Written framelits. You have tons of words here. This is a thin die, so I do need my thin die adapter. For this one I'm not going to use the regular cutting plate. I'm going to use the precision base plate. I want to use Happy and Birthday, but as long as I'm taking the time to cut these up, I might as well cut all of these. I'm cutting them out of thick Whisper White, and they all fit on fairly easily. Now before you run it through, make a double check to make sure nothing is overlapping, because that's really a big no-no on these dies. And then I'll run all of them through, and I'm going to go backwards as well. And it will be easier when you go backwards. I do take a minute to look through, make sure it's all cut out. I keep my Big Shot die brush in our cases. I do have the case inserts if you want them. And I'm going to go ahead and roll these. They really do pop out pretty easily, but all those centers tend to get stuck. And for some reason, for me, the birthday tends to need a little bit more poking. But really, you can see how easily these are popping out of here. And the first thing I want to do is pop out any of these dots. These words are all one piece, except for the dots for birthday and wishes, miss, bride, and then you'll find dots for the center of the flowers and the bird's eye. So I want to find all of those little dots and set those aside. And right now I'm just going to pull out the happy and the birthday, and I'll do my poking later. And the reason I do them all at once is I have made myself a little file, and so I have all of those words and images all filed away in here, and I will file these in there as well. And I think that those little dots will be easy to lose, and so rather than keeping those with the words, I just have a whole file for just the dots in there. And I will put the PDF for my little file for you if you'd like that. I am going to use the Stamp-A-Ratus for Lasting Lily. This is a photopolymer set, so I do need the foam pad in here. And because I'm going to be working right in the corner, I'm going to pull in my silicone sheet, because in the corner sometimes I just need an extra little bit of space. And some of our graph paper that's made just to fit this. And there's my cardstock and my magnet. So I'm going to set my stamp there where I want it. And pulling in my other plate, so I'm picking up the flower. This comes with 2 flowers and 2 stems and a leaf. I think you'll find it's easier to ink if you set a stamp pad underneath so it's nice and flat and firm. Then I'm going to ink with So Saffron. This is one of those distinctive stamps, and I can see bubbles here.
Too juicy.
That is so detailed. So I'm going to take off that ink with this distinctive stamps to get that really quality image. You want to have the ink just right. So I'm going to push in the ink and move it away from the center and try inking again. And I think that looks better. You may want to add a little bit extra ink to the stigma part of the flower. And I want to add a little extra green. I'm dabbing on a little extra old olive on the tip of the flower and the base of the flower. Pretty. And then I'm going to add the stem. And I want to place that again. And I'll ink that up. And I'm going to flip that over and move my magnet because I want this to actually overlap here a little bit. Pretty. Now I just need to adhere that to my old olive and set that on my old olive. And I'm going to be putting this on with dimensionals. I put one in the middle just for some extra support. I'm going to set that aside for right now. I have my little banner here, my little flag, and I'm just using the tailored tag punch to flag the ends for that. I'm putting this on so it's all the way over on the edge, and I only want adhesive right here. And then I'll add my flour. You may have been wondering why I want all of these in Whisper White, but you can stamp on these, you can sponge these, and you can make the ink as solid as you want it. This is pretty solid. And then I'm going to pull in my silicone mat. And I want to pay special attention to the tips of the letters. And if you let it sit and dry for a little bit, it will be even better because you'll have less oozing with that. And I almost forgot my eye for the birthday. Now this will just barely fit, and we will actually be overlapping onto the card. So I'm going to have the H for happy go up onto the stamped layer, and birthday needs to be all the way down at the bottom. And I'm just going to add my dot. For my first one, I put celebrating another year of happiness. And for this one, I think the best thing about you today is you. And so I'll just stamp that on the unembossed section. There you have it. Here's the web address for this project, and you'll find the free PDF with detailed directions. You'll find links for the products I used. Just click the links and you'll be taken to my online store at Stampin' Up! I also have some shopping tips, and I offer frequent shopper rewards. You'll find lots of resources on my website, like catalog tabs, labels and case inserts, a practically free stamp pad storage solution, cutting plans for cards and layers, a basic toolkit, and lots more ideas for cards and more. I have a few products I sell to help you stay organized. I share my Evernote notebook for a nominal contribution. It functions as a fully searchable catalog. I sell a paper sampler with every Stampin' Up! Cardstock color, taggers to help you identify those dies with lots of similar shapes, and heavy-duty bags to store 12x12 and 6x6 paper. And you can order my friend's Bow Maker. More organization means more time for crafting. Come stamp with me here in Ventura County, California, or get the best deal of all and join my team of crafters. The team is called SIP Together, and it stands for Stamps, Ink, and Paper Together. The team is made of crafters who want to save money on the products they buy, share with a few friends, or grow a business like mine. Be sure to subscribe to my website and my YouTube channel. I'd love to hear your comments. Thank you for joining me. Talk to you soon. Bye.